So when you get back into MMA in London and you start training again, where do you start off?
So at what point?
At what gym? When you come back and you was telling your dad that, this is what I want to train and I want to get into. Was it like a local gym or?
Yeah, so it was local. So I don't think it's around anymore, but it was a gym in like Staines. I
Right.
don't know if you know that area.
Not
Like,
well, no.
it's near like I think going towards more like Thorpe Park area.
Yeah.
But like yeah, it was a gym in Staines actually called Legends MMA. Like it's not too big.
Yeah, I do know that name
You
though.
do?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there was a. I'm trying to think of people that like came from there, but like there's not really that many notable people that came from there, in my opinion. Anyway, like there are some guys. I don't know if there's a guy like that competes in jiu-jitsu now, like Mohammed Douglas.
Right.
Like he's someone I used to train with when I was like young. Like, but another guy like I don't know if you know one of my striking coaches at the moment, like GK1 striking.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Gregor,
yeah.
that's where I first met him there.
Oh, really? So you go that
Yeah,
way back? Yeah.
yeah. Like he's known me since I've been like 11.
Yeah.
Like really and truly. So he's seen me like grow through the sport and it.
Um. So wait. How long do you stay there and before like you start your amateur career? Are you training there up until you're an amateur or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I went there until like how old? I think I was like 16. Like so, I went there from like 11 till I was like 16. Like, and the thing is, when I left there and I went to like a proper gym, like, because I went to Lions Pride actually straight after.
Right. Was that Jimmy's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which is funny enough, like where I first met Nathan Rose.
Right.
Like, to be honest, I didn't speak to him or anything, like really, and I doubt he remembers me.
Yeah.
Like, but you'll probably know now because I've said it in interviews and shit.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
Because I interviewed Rory Crawford the other week, and Rory's obviously been at Keddle's gym right from the beginning, and also Jimmy used to put the work in there, and Nathan Rose. So I actually didn't know Nathan goes that far back to Lions Pride. I knew he was a Keddle's, and he goes back with Jimmy, but I never knew he trained there. What was that experience like, training at Lions Pride?
Well, it was a massive step up because I remember I went there and I was like, I'm not that good. Like when compared to obviously the other guys in it. Like funny enough, I met Hassan there as well. I don't know if you know Hassan Galezi. He's one of the people I train with now as well. Like and I met Will Curry there. Like who's one of my mates.
Of course,
now.
yeah.
Like but yeah, it was good. Like I learned a lot of stuff there. But where I learned the most like as an amateur, to be honest, because I had my first amateur fight. Like actually, what was it? When I went to Lions Pride actually, and I won that one. I did, but then I had another one and I lost. Like the guy just took me down and held me down in it.
Right.
So I realised I needed to like work on a lot of things. And shortly after that, that gym shut.
Yeah.
So then I actually went to London Shootfighters and I was there for like about 3 or 4 years. Like, and that's where I really like learned like my stuff. Like when I came from shoot, like I felt like I was completely different.
Yeah, they've got so much history, the people that have passed through those doors. Just before we move on to shoot fighters, I just wanted to check, what was it like? I imagine at that time when you was at over at Lions Pride, that's when was Jimmy. He was still on that UK scene when he was like on fire at the Troxy, the UCMMA. It was like a big event, like a Jimi Manuwa fight. What was that like training at that gym during that time with the coaches there, and was he involved in your training or was it? Yeah.
Yeah, so he always used to like, he used to supervise like the sparring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, he took me on pads and stuff before actually.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger. Like, and he said that my hands were pretty decent at the time. Like, which it was like a nice thing. Like obviously, especially as a kid, like I looked up to him in it.
Yeah, hearing that someone like Jimi Manuwa commenting on your hands, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good because he's probably got some of the best hands in it. So
yeah. So you said that, and then that's when you move over to London Shootfighters, and like I said, that's as any UK fan, even outside of the UK, like it's known. What was it like training at that gym and with those coaches? They're so well respected. you know, a long history of champions from there. What was that like for you, like joining there after moving on from somewhere like Lions Pride?
Yeah, so that was another one that was like a reality check for me, kind of, because I went there and I realized I still wasn't that good. Like, because one of the first people I sparred with actually was a guy called, he's in the UFC now, Farid Basharat.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember the first time I went down there, I kind of got beaten up.
Right.
Like, and yeah, I decided I was just like, you know, I need to kind of stay here, like, if I can be as good as these guys. But it was weird because, like, at that point, like, Javid was, I think, just about to turn over in it.
Okay.
Like, and Farid only had one amateur fight at that point, but like he was beating up professional guys and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that had been doing it for a long time, so I didn't feel as bad at the time. And I was just thinking like, I just need to improve.
Yeah.
So I stood there for a bit. Well, for like 4 years, I stayed there. Like, and to be honest, mainly the reason why I left was because of like, I know I didn't have that much activity, but like obviously, I feel like they probably wanted me to improve. But I felt like I did my most improving by competing. Yeah. Especially as amateur, innit? I was just like, what you got to lose to compete at amateur, you know?
What was it like having like someone like Paul in your corner? Was Paul your head coach?
Yeah, Paul and Alexis.
Yeah.
Like I had them both for my first fight out shoot. Actually, I had Paul, Alexis, and Farid in my corner. I did, like, and it was good. Like I felt like I performed good and stuff, like very good.
Yeah.
Like, and everything was very structured. It was like the most structured it's ever been, like, at that point, you know?